Hey, welcome back to Kuma. We're taking a look at Iron Factory's IF-01L Eris Lunacyte. So, this is their, I don't know if she's just universe traveling. I don't know if these are all actual different variants of Eris, the same person, going between dimensions. I don't know the story behind it, to be honest with you. But this is Eris. This is her homage to Galvatron, or their homage to Galvatron through this character. It is an original design from Ocular Max. And yeah, so as for what comes in the box, the figure, her blaster, which can mount on her forearm, typical Galvatron fashion. An additional face, you'll see that she comes with kind of a maniacal, laughing face, but the additional face is more stoic. Her instructions and her card. So this is a TFCon exclusive release. I saw that there are listings on places like TF Source for an alternative version. So I'm guessing maybe that one doesn't come with the alternate maniacal face. I saw that it does come with the stoic. I don't know about the color changes and whatnot. But yeah, so there will be an alternate version that's not exclusive coming up. So at least this mold will be available for everyone. But yeah, again, figure, blaster, face, instructions, card, as well as the red old school thingy so that you could see the stats on the back of the box. Alright, this is just a personal preference thing. I do not like the default face on this at all. If you look at the art in the back, it represents a more maniacal, I don't know, tyrant type, whatever. It's an expression, alright? But as a default face, I just prefer more stoic, neutral expressions. I feel like I could do a lot more in terms of photography and the like, whereas this, you're pretty limited on scenarios and, you know, that kind of thing. So the cool part is, it does come with an alternate face. I wish all of them did, because that would have saved the fiasco with the Eris alternative as well. But to take off the faceplates, you just slide it under the chin. And the new one, the alternate, just pops right in. There's a peg there. Don't want to forget about that. Sorry if my fingers cover up too much, but again, peg in the middle, pops right in. Alright? And that's that. Just for the remainder of this review, for my own sanity, we're going to go ahead and use this face. Like I said, personally, I just like it a lot better. If you like the other one better, that's your preference. Have fun. Alright, this is now the fourth use of this mold, so I'm not going to go too crazy in depth. But to give you guys a measurement here, just under 8 inches to the head, to the back of the treads that are behind the shoulders, about 9 inches, so about an inch of difference there. These can be moved around, flipped down and whatnot as well. Alright, roundabout. And I don't know how well it's going to translate onto the camera, never do, but the coloring on this is absolutely perfect. The selection of purple as well as a mixture of grays, multiple tones and whatnot, this is sublime. I don't know if that Lazy AZA guy is still their color specialist, but if so, I guess it doesn't matter who it is, but just frankly, they knocked it out of the park. Very seldom do I look at a product and just the color selection stands out like this. It's sublime. So the one that I saw for order on TF Source, I believe it's called the Lunacyte Alternative, and normally they have a different color selection. I really wonder how they're going to beat this, if they're going to be able to beat this color palette at all. But yeah, freaking killed it right here. But, all right. Now, quick rundown in terms of articulation. The neck, for the sake of the transformation, does have a hinge there. It also has a ball joint, so lots of up and down movement, side to side tilt, 360 rotation as well. Shoulders on hinges. All right, so there's a hinge underneath, and then the shoulder itself has that parallel rotation as well. Bicep, non-existent. Rotation at the elbow, 90 degrees, wrist in and out, fingers. Each finger has 3 points of articulation. The coolest part is they can spread. So that's really nice. The fingers are a bit spindly. On each of these versions, if you're not careful, the fingers are held in by a plate on the inside of the palm. So if you press too hard, that palm might come out and the fingers might fly everywhere. I believe Eris came with extra fingers. Lunacyte does not. So just be careful if it happens to immediately look for those fingertips and things like that, or fingers. The whole finger pops off, not just the tip. But yeah, make sure you keep track of those, okay? Waist. We're looking at the ab crunch now. Let's look at the back bend. And this is a good opportunity for me to say that, well, I popped the head off here. I am everywhere. It's a good opportunity for me to say that I did have to use some joint polish here, particularly on the waist and the hips, the outward swing here, still a little bit loose there, the ankles, and this area right here. I wish at some point with this mold they would have added a lock right here. It goes side to side for the sake of transformation. The joint polish did work pretty well there, as well as the abs, but you can see lots of back bend, multiple levels here. All right, on there too. And then side to side, yeah. Good amount there, but outward, because of the shape of the crotch, when you go that 360, it goes out. But thigh swivel, thick thighs, back and forth. Single jointed knee, but goes all the way back. Okay. And then for the ankle itself, boom, boom. And then movement in the foot. Okay. So just for the sake of getting her into a quick pose. Okay. And I did forget, make sure those thigh covers are around. Let's remember those. There is another swivel there at the knee. You see what I mean? With that part of the leg going outward, not the biggest fan of that. Make sure that that's... All right. Now I got to look at the camera and see. Make sure I'll lower this. Make sure it's tilted. All right, and just something quick. All right, taking a look at the tank mode here. Pretty straightforward stuff. Just like all the other variants of the mode. Rolling treads, they are plastic, not rubber, which I actually appreciate. So, turret can move. 360 right there. Does have some upward and downward movement too. So, pretty cool. And the cannon really stands out here. All right. Now, just for the sake of comparison, we'll get all three versions. Over here for you. And the one thing that is kind of cool about this one, the turret, it does have that opening canopy here, so that's pretty neat. Even though it has the double barrels. Okay. Yeah, pretty straightforward stuff. In this one, a shot of it by itself. Zoom in a bit even. Yeah, I dig it. Definitely my favorite use of this mold in terms of alt modes. And alright, closing this out again, this has been Ocular Max's IF-01L Eris Lunacyte. This is a TFCon exclusive version. The wide release alternative version is coming out later this year. Check out TF Source wherever you order your stuff from. It should be on sale everywhere. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, Eris Lunacyte, Eris Armadon. So, same character different versions of her. I don't know if she's a shapeshifter. I don't know if this is like different universe versions of her, but yeah, considered one character in different forms. Really, really, really cool stuff. This is how you retool, because even standing next to them, they all give different vibes, different energy, and frankly, like, it's hard to even pick out a favorite, because to this day, Eris is one of the coolest designs, the original Eris, that I've ever owned. On any mecha figure, and you've seen this channel, I've owned a lot of stuff. This is tops. Now, in terms of just the creativity, I'm going to actually go with the Armadon, because of the fact that it has little things like you see here. This can be hooked under these treads here. The barrels can be detached, and they can be attached to that separate to give that Armada Megatron feel. Stupid stuff like that. It really stands out. It's really different. It's really freaking cool, man. But then there's this Lunacyte, and it's not just recency bias, it's beautiful. Frankly, this is a very beautiful figure, and frankly, I'm not a big fan of Galvatron, the look of the character in general. This is my favorite version of Galvatron from any company anywhere. And it's really not Galvatron. It's another made-up character cosplaying as Galvatron, which is crazy. So shout out to Ocular Max for just knocking it out of the park with this idea. Not just the idea, but the actual execution of the idea. It's fantastic. So in terms of this figure, obviously, I'd highly recommend it. Very articulated, just very creative, tall. Like, it could fit in with classics if you want a larger leader figure, or it can fit in with Masterpiece too, because it's just the same size as like a lot of the fembots, a little bit taller actually. But yeah, it would make sense in there as well, especially with the advanced articulation and stuff like that. But let me know what you think in the comments. This has been another Kuma style review. Hopefully I'll be able to get more of these reviews out here more frequently, but we'll see. You know, it's summer, I've got house projects and this and that, and honestly just trying to be outside and enjoy life. But anyway, hope you guys have been well, hope you guys have been safe, and continue to do so. See you next time, whenever that is.